And welcome one, welcome all, we are back in Crossbell. No, we are not live. The video I've already published explains why we are here, pre-recorded. It's a changing time here, but we're going to have more content coming, hopefully, at a more frequent pace. We shall see. So let's take a look at this town and... oh, wow. The music and the buildings remind me a bit of Wild Arms 3, while the architecture and the backdrop reminds me of Corel from Final Fantasy VII. Definitely has that old school vibe to it. We are in Maine's mining village. So this is Maine's, Crossbell's leading septium producer. It is in a rather inaccessible place, is it not? Yeah, I gotta agree. It reminds me of Amorica village. It's like night and day compared to the city. Yes. It seems they modernized their mining technology at least, though. Huh? What's that bike vehicle there? I wonder if they use it to transport septium deposits. Meantime, these pointy tops and these headlights here remind me suspiciously of Morgana from Persona 5, when Morgana transforms into a bus. Atlas, were you copying Falcom's homework? Be honest. Don't you think it looks a little too fancy to be hauling around rocks, though? It appears to be a special transport vehicle designed by the Empire's Reinford Company. The latest model, no less. If it's that cutting edge, it must have cost a fortune. Perhaps it's the town mayor's private car. It's a possibility. Either way, we should try visiting him before anything else. Hopefully he can shed some light on circumstances regarding the monster attack here in Maine's. With that in mind, we are now in Maine's village, so let's quickly save our game. We'll take it over this one here. Can't interact with the vehicle, and there's nothing back here to take. So let's keep on walking around. That's blocked off, so we can't get through that. What have you got to say? Oh my. Two handsome men at the same time. Is something wrong, miss? Oh, don't mind me. I was just admiring the view out here. Welcome to Maine's. Please take your time to savor everything our town has to offer. Okay. We've started being crushed on already. Protagonist problems, people, it would seem. They're carrying on. Yeah, what's with a van parked out at the front of town? Fans around like that sure sticks around here. Just who does it belong to? Ah, so even the workers don't know. That is interesting. Your ear de Ziegel. And, okay. There's quite a few people here. Welcome. You want to order something? Do it at the counter. What? You have business with me or something? I don't know who you are. I've never seen you in my life. And meanwhile, oh, the inn rooms are downstairs. That's interesting. Oh, this place truly deserves its reputation as the leading septium mining town in the entire continent. Of course, my lady. After all, you gave Mayor Bixon quite the alluring deal to stew over yesterday. As things stand, obtaining these beautiful septium crystals is only a matter of time. I wasn't sure of what to do, but now my resolve was hardened. I'll be staying right here until those crystals are finally mine. Yes. We have someone who's a crystal admirer. No treasure here, no people to talk to either. Ah, but there is a room back here. A rather nice looking elevated room, actually. But there is a big fat nothing else of interest. So with that in mind, have a quick chat at the innkeeper, see if she has anything to say. Yeah, I haven't seen you off around here before. With Crossbell City, I take it. Sorry to say, you did not come at a good time. Recently, wolf-like monsters have been rampaging through Mains. They even hit our food storehouse near the front of town. Goddess, what a bunch of pests. Ah, okay. How much is it to rest exactly? 400 mirror? Yeah, that's a bit too much for me. What about shopping? What have you got? Nightmare Killer. Restores HP 5%, cures sleep, confuse, and faint. Nice, I like that. Juicy Steak. High Chie. 25% HP and 25% boost to your strength. Again, that's Chie food, isn't it? And the homemade egg pudding. Oh, that's nice though. 20% HP, but crucially, arts defense by 25%. I've not got one of those, so I'll probably get one, just because I can. I need to get the ingredients by eating more of the foods on offer, because it's a good way of healing. But you need money to be able to buy the food, unless you find it in, you know, chests or places like that. So it's where Trails offsets its difficulty in ways. Oh, what's this kid doing here?
You know about that left tunnel outside of town, right? Apparently, it's a long abandoned mine shaft. Doesn't that sound awesome? I really want to explore it someday. Now, then again, going anywhere near there would only put me on the mayor's bad side.
Yes, kid. Learn your place and respect the authority. Or something. Right, so before we go into these houses, let's quickly see what's in here. Oh. Hold on. Voices can be heard from behind the door. Is something wrong? It sounds like the mayor's in the middle of something. Maybe he has visitors. Oh, you folks have business with the mayor? Yeah, we wanted to speak with him. So, we came to the right place after all. Yep, you sure did, but you see... Probably not a good time to barge in right now. Sounds like he's having a serious discussion with someone or another. A discussion about what? You know how the CGF pulled their forces from the area this morning? They didn't find any clues on the beast that attacked Mains, so we're freaking out about what to do. As that was happening, some help showed up from the city. Help? Only one group comes to mind. Yeah, the Bracers probably. I don't know that much, but whoever it was, I think they were coming up with countermeasures against the monsters. Now, I also don't know why you're here, but if I were you, I'd wait a bit before you see the mayor. So the question is that Joshua and Estelle? Or is it Arios? Or all three? What should we do? Yeah. If it's busy, there's nothing we can do about that. Let's gather all the information we can around town and come back here later. I suppose there ain't much of a choice. Man, why can't it ever just be easy? Because we're playing a Trials game. They don't believe in making things easy. Falcon only do things in one way. Just doing as much bullshit and busy work as possible, but that's why we love them, so get used to it. Know your place. Well, let's see if you can help us. The ownership of Crossbell has been long disputed between Erebonia and Calvard. The Septium produced here in Mains has been one of the leading causes of that. Nowadays, Crossbell's prosperity comes from its financial sector, but that doesn't mean that Septium mining isn't still important. We know that from the Labour arc. Getting access to Septium has been one of the key things for Orbment and Orbital technology. One of the man was attacked by monsters not too long ago. His wounds weren't too serious, but he was told to take a few days off, just to be safe. Goddess, I wish that was me. No. Being attacked by monsters, see, don't work. Work all the overtime you can, but don't get attacked by demons and don't get killed. Trust me, it's not worth it. Let's have a chat with this rather punky looking lass.
My husband was recently attacked by a monster on his way home from work. Thankfully, his injury is not too serious. He's still upset, of course, but I think he ought to look on the bright side and enjoy the time off.
Let's see if he'll talk to us, or is he sleeping? I'm supposed to help Marlowe learn the ropes, but I can't really do much with the sorry state I'm in. All this is the damn wolf's fault. Next time it shows up, I'm gonna beat it silly with the dull end of my shovel. Good luck with that. You'll be digging yourself a deep hole. You might even be digging your own grave. Not wise. A shovel is a nice heavy weapon, but against a wolf, it's likely to kill you. The Baccarat General Store. And there are people in here. Let's talk to the kid first.
I love helping Daddy with work. People in the city might be a little scared of Daddy, but he's always nice to me.
Ah, well, he does have a bit of a grouchy look, doesn't he? Look at that face. He's definitely someone who has been in the wars, shall we say. Those recent monster attacks or whatever really steamed my old engine. You know, someone in town got mauled by one of those things. If someone ever tried to hurt my Kimmy, there'd be hell to pay. I can get behind that. Ah, so we got 2 books that we can get. We've already got one, but we don't have this one, so we'll buy it. Buy the Baccarat Doctor. Lots of items that we can buy, but there's also a protective helmet. And all it is the extra defense, which is useful, but with the status effect equipment we've already got in terms of shielded status effects, that's probably more useful. If we go up against a pure East End Slug enemy and it's pure power, then that will come in, that will be of handy. That's going to be locked, surely. This must be the entrance to Main's mine. It's locked. I can't blame him for being cautious after the wolf attacks. Yeah. Question is, how are the wolves getting in there? What have you got to say?
Children can't seem to get enough of sneaking into places they shouldn't. I really hope Alec didn't sneak into mine again and cause everyone trouble. With all the monster attacks recently, I wish you would be more careful.
That happened at the very start of the game in Crossbow with the kids getting access to the underground area. And I actually do quite like this backdrop here. You can actually see the tri-layering effect. Clearly the background here is really low poly, but I do like the implied fusion of all the areas. It's actually pretty well done. Oh, that's disappointing. I thought there'd be a way to go here, but it looks like it's just a veranda point. Okay. I think I've talked to everyone in town. Although I want to talk to that inn owner again, because the inn owner talked about how someone was mauled. Oh no, she's saying the same lines. Right, it looks like we've done all the main dialogue. So I'm going to quickly save my game out here. Oh, never mind.
それじゃあ町長よろしくご検討くださいよ
Give our up for some thought, okay? We'll be in touch real soon.
また明日お伺いに参りますからね
Actually, we'll come ask you about it tomorrow. So we'll expect an answer then. Yep, it's the Mafia.
あと一押しってところだな
Yeah, all it'll take is one more little push from us.
ああこれでなんとかボーナスが手に入りそう
Almost there. I can see the bonus already. Meanwhile, the group have gone in hiding somewhere by the looks of it. Yep.
ルバーチェの手下こんな場所に現れるなんて
Revashgoons, What are they doing here of all places?
おいおい、なんであいつらが来てんだ。
Oh, wait a second now. Why the hell were they talking in the mirror?
遊撃士以上に面倒そうな相手ですね。
We assumed the braces had come here, but the reality was much worse.
そうだな。
Yeah, no kidding. Huh? Well, now we got the mystery of who drives Morgana in this game, people. We know who it is behind the wheel.
あの運搬車、連中のものだったのか。
So that wasn't the mayor's van, it was theirs.
道理で帝国製の最新車両を持っているはずだわ。
That would explain how a cutting-edge Imperial vehicle ended up all the way out here.
ですが、
Question still
マ
stands.
フィアが鉱山庁に一体どういう用事が？
What business could the Mafia have with a mining town like Maine's?
そうだな。あんまり街の外で活動してるイメージじゃなかったが。
I know what you mean. You never really see those guys outside of the city. Not really their MO.
とりあえず、町長から話を聞かせてもらおう。
Well, for now, let's just touch the mirror.
マフィアが何をしに来たのか、ついでにわかるかもしれない。
Hopefully you can give us leads on the walls and why the Mafia decided to pay him a visit. Okay, so we've attracted the attention of the local mafiosos. I wonder if she's fallen for him. The guy with the jacket is super cute, but the tall redhead looks like a total bad boy. Is there something wrong with her? Relax, man. Lady that just can't take her eyes off you is the last thing to worry about. Well, if anyone's been watching the Chaos Head Noah videos, I'm not so sure about that one, Randy. We've seen what happens when the girls can't take the eyes of the protagonist in that game. More on that coming very soon, by the way. Keep your eyes peeled to the channel, youtube.com/@SSWishbone. I am so smooth.
また来たのかね。
What? You're already back! Huh?
すぐには決められないと言ったばかりだろ。
Didn't you hear me? I can't just make a decision like that.
今日のところはお引き取り。
Come back some other...
おや？
What's this?
あら、先ほどの方たちじゃないみたいですよ。
Oh my, you aren't the people we just spoke to, are you?
おお、これは失礼。
Oh, pardon my rudeness. I'm Bixon. Means is mayor.
その、失礼します。
It's alright,
お
sir.
取り込みのところにお邪魔して申し訳ありません。
We apologize for visiting in such a stressful time for you.
ああ、それは別に構わんが。
Well, I wouldn't say I'm particularly bothered by it.
君たちは
Who exactly are you folks?
クロスベル警察、特務支援課に所属するものです。
Oh, right. Crossbell Police Department. Special Support
こち
Section.
らで起きた魔獣被害について話を聞かせていただきたいのですが。
We came to ask you about the recent monster attack, if you don't mind.
なるほど。町の警察の方だったか。
Oh, so that's it. You're with the city's police department, are you?
てっきり遊撃士協会の新人が訪ねてきたのかと思ったよ。
At first, I thought you were rookie bracers who decided to swing by mains.
その、よく言われます。
Yeah, we get that a
そ
lot.
れで、町の方々にもいろいろと話を聞かせてもらったんですが、
We asked around town to get a read on the
た
situation,
ちの悪い被害が続いているそうですね。
and we've heard you've been dealing with a series of troubling incidents.
ああ、今までに3回ほど被害に遭っている。
You heard correctly. There have been 3 separate attacks in the area now.
どれも夜のことで、最初は人的被害もなかったが、
Each instance took place at night, and no one was injured during the first 2.
先日ついに怪我人が出てね。
But 2 days ago, the culprits drew blood.
軽傷だったのが幸いだけど、徐々に被害が大きくなっているの。
Luckily, he only suffered minor injuries, but the damage caused by the beast is getting worse.
それで町のみんなもすっかり怖がってしまって。
Yeah. The entire affair is a whole town scared stiff.
そうですか。
I see.
その警備隊がパトロールに来ている間は何も起こらなかったんですね。
However, from what we heard, there was not a single peep when the Guardian Force made their patrols here.
ああ、その通りなんだ。
That's correct.
どうやら狼どもは相当ずる賢いようでね。
Those wolves, or whatever they are too cunning for their own good.
しかし、警備隊も警備隊だ。
However, the CGF is still the CGF.
何も解決できていないのに、突然我々を見捨てるとは。
What do they think they are doing? Abandoning us when they haven't resolved anything.
君たちもそう思わないかね。
It's disgraceful, don't you think?
ええ、確かにいろいろあるみたいだけど。
I understand your confusion, sir. Looks like they got a lot to worry about.
ところで遊撃士協会を頼ったりしなかったんですか？
I imagine you also request some help from the Bracer Guild, yeah?
実は警備隊が来る前に一度ギルドに依頼してみたんだ。
Yes, well, before the CGF arrived in Mainz, we submitted a request to the
た
guild.
だ基本的に彼らはとても忙しいみたいでね。
Sad to say, they were too caught up in something and couldn't send anyone here.
毎日警備をしてもらうわけにもいかず、結局は警備隊が出動したんだが。
They wouldn't be able to protect us every day either, so we had to rely on the CGF in the end.
なのに今朝警備隊がいきなり撤収してしまった。
But then the CGF abruptly decided to pull out this morning.
ああ、弱り目にたたり目とはこのことさ。
That they did. It's like my father used to say, when it rains, it
仕
pours.
方ないからダメ元でもう一度ギルドに相談してみようと思っていたんだが。
Since I had nothing else to lose, I decided I might as well ask the guild for help again. But someone else knocked on my door first.
そこにあの連中が訪ねてきたんだ。
I'm sure you saw them before you came in.
ルバーチ商会のものですね。
You mean
そ
Ravash?
の彼らは一体どんな話をしに？
If you don't mind me asking, what did they want to talk to you about?
それがね、
Well, you
撤
see,
収した警備隊に代わって用心棒を申し出てきたんだ。
with the CGF gone, Ravash has offered to become the town's new
い
bodyguards.
つ魔獣が来てもいいようにとね。
That way you'll be ready whenever the beasts decide to show up, they said.
用心棒
The bodyguards? Them? Now, interestingly enough, that might be a parallel to the reputation of the real-life Yakuza. In the event of disasters in Japan, historically, they helped people out, believe it or not. And they also had areas, particularly in Tokyo, where they simply kind of like did their protection rackets and kept trouble out in general. They have waned in influence in the last few years, but as businessmen, that's what they did. And I get the feeling these mafiosos are kind of meant to be a sliver of that kind of relationship, although they seem much more Italian Godfather than the communal entity that the Yakuza were. Not that I'm an expert on the Yakuza, but what I've seen of it seems to fit that kind of mold.
そりゃもちろんただじゃないっすよね。
No kidding. Well, I bet they're not doing it out of the kindness of their hearts, are
い
they?
や、ミラーを取るつもりはないらしい。
Certainly not. But they also weren't planning on taking Mirror as payment.
代わりにセプチウムの取引をその間だけ独占させてほしいそうだ。
Instead, they wanted us to give them exclusive trading rights for our septium in the interim.
セプチウムの取引権を？
A monopoly on the septium trade?
確か鉱山そのものの採掘権は自治州が持っているはずですよね。
If I remember correctly, the state owns the mining rights here in Mainz, right?
ああ、あまり採掘しすぎないよう政府の決めた量を守る必要がある。
Yes, to ensure we don't mine too much, we have to abide by government mandates.
セプチウムには国際的な相場もあるから、無茶な取引はそもそもできないしね。
There's also an international market value for septium, so we can't make any reckless
た
deals.
だ、採掘したセプチウムをどこに買い取ってもらうかは、この町の裁量に任されているんだ。
However, who we sell our septium to is ultimately left to our discretion.
すると彼らにとっては用心棒の手間に見合うだけのビジネスになるというわけですね。
For them, playing bodyguard obscures the real objective, controlling Mainz's septium industry.
そうは言っても付き合いのある商人さんたちもいることですしね。
Be that as it may, We still have partnerships we built up with the merchants over the
どう
years.
したものかと困り果てていたところなんですよ。
No matter which way I try to look at it, this whole thing is a disaster.
そうだったんですか。
I'm sorry to hear that.
やれやれ妙な連中が絡んでめんどくさいことになってきたな。
Well, you seem to go straight to Gehenna whenever Ravash is involved.
町長、できればこの件自分たちに任せてもらえませんか。
Mayor Bixon, how do you feel about letting us handle the attacks from here on
ひょ
out?
っとしたらなんとか解決できるかもしれません。
I can't make any guarantees, but we may be able to crack this case.
Really?
ロイドさん。
Are you sure, Lloyd?
特務支援課と言ったか。
You said you are the special support
警備
section.
隊でも遊撃士でもなく町の警察に頼ってもいいのかね。
Is it really our best option to rely on the police rather than the CGF or Bracer Guild?
ええ、お任せください。
You can trust us with this, sir.
早ければ明日中には全て解決できると思います。
If things go according to plan, we can have this solved by tomorrow. Wow, Lloyd, talk about writing a check your mouth can't cash. You're saying that you'll crack the case in a day?
ロイド、大丈夫なの？あんな安請け合いをして。
Thank you, Ellie.
Lloyd, was it wise to promise something like that?
狼型の魔獣が2種類いるらしいことまでは分かったが、
Sure, we know there are two kinds of wolves running around
今日
now.
明日で俺たちだけで黒い方を退治しきれるのかよ。
But do you really think we'll be able to take down the culprits by tomorrow?
いや、必ずしも対峙する必要はないさ。
Well, we don't necessarily need to exterminate them for starters.
そもそも俺たちの役目は警備隊の聴取で不可解な箇所を明らかにすることだっただろう。
From the very beginning, our job was to clear up the mysteries in the CGS report, right?
そういえば、
Well, when you put it that way,
いつの間にか魔獣そのものを何とかする話に変わってましたね。
without meaning to, we swapped that objective to dealing with the monsters
そ
themselves.
こで提案なんだけど、
I have a proposal,
あ
everyone.
の白い狼が伝えたように、これで全ての手がかりが揃ったと思う。
Like that white wolf tried to tell us. I think we already hold all the clues to this
一
case.
度今回の件についてミーティングをしてみないか。
Why don't we hold a meeting and go over what we know from the beginning?
そうね。情報の整理は必要かも。
I think that's a good idea. If we lay everything out, maybe we'll discover something
そ
new.
んじゃもう夕方だしバスでクロスベル市まで戻るか。
Alrighty, if that's the plan, we should probably catch the bus back to the
い
city.
や、今日はこの町に泊まっていこう。
That's not necessary. We can always just stay in Mains
ミ
overnight.
ーティングは客室ですればいい。
A room at the inn should be big enough for us to hold our meeting.
それって
Oh, is that me?
ロイドさん、もしかして。
I suspect I know what you're planning, Lloyd.
どうやら旧市街の時と同じく何か気づいたみたいだな。
You must have realized something about the case, eh? Like you did with that mess in the downtown
あ
district.
あ、まだ確信までには至ってないけどね。
Yeah, I have. Though I'm not 100% certain just
よ
yet.
かったらミーティングで推理の検証に付き合ってほしい。
I'd appreciate any input you guys can give on my deductions so far.
We're happy to
そ
help.
れでは早速、宿で部屋を取りましょう。
In that case, we should hurry and book a room at the inn.
さて、状況の整理を始めよ
Okay, let's start by going over our current
う。
situation.
今回の一連の魔獣被害だけど、最初の警備隊の調書にはいくつもの不明点があった。
Many details were foggy in the CGF's initial report. We knew about the string of monster attacks, but not much more.
俺たちの調査でその不明点のいくつかが明らかになったけど、
Fortunately, our investigation shed light on many of those points.
本当なら判明しているはずのある情報がまだ分かっていないんだ。
But there's something we don't know that by all rights should have become clear by now.
判明しているはずの情報。
Hmm? Really?
なんだそいつは。
Huh? What are you talking about?
そう。一連の調査で本来判明しているはずの情報。
We still haven't determined one of the key things the detectives looked for in an investigation.
それは魔獣の目的。
The monster's motive.
そういや
Yeah, that's a good point.
病院の被害を考えると 飢えて各地を襲ったってわけじゃなさそうなんだよな。
Considering what happened at St. Ursula, it doesn't seem like they're doing all this out of hunger.
アルモリカ村の村長さんによれば伝承にある神狼が警告している可能性もあるということだけど
And according to America's village chief, there's a possibility that all of these attacks were a warning from the divine wolves. But
でも実際に各地を襲ったのは黒い狼たちの可能性が高いのよね。
it's more likely those black wolves are our culprits.
はい、そうだと思います。
Yes, I agree.
そうなると確かに目的が全くわからなくなりますね。
The attacks don't fit a wolf's typical behavior, so it makes sense that we have been unable to determine the motive.
あ
Yeah,
あだがここで黒い狼たちの気まぐれと判断するのは早すぎる。
still, it's too early to conclude that the wolves' attacks don't have a reason behind them.
病院での一件を考えればわかるけど、彼らは非常に巧妙なルートを使って病棟の屋上に侵入している。
In the case of the hospital attack, the wolves had taken an especially complex route to get to the
そ
rooftop.
して被害者を必要以上に害することなく去っていった。
Further, it's strange how they only lightly wounded the victim before leaving.
確かに
That is peculiar.
ただの気まぐれというには周到すぎるかもしれないわね。
It's clear that the wolves' movements and actions are too meticulous to simply be on a whim.
本来見えてくるべき目的が全く見えてこない。
I get it. So you're saying normally we should have been able to figure out their motive by now.
つまりそこに何か意味があるってわけだな。
But the fact we haven't is a clue in itself. Yeah?
そういうこと。
Exactly.
こんな場合、人は大抵一つの枠組みにとらわれている場合が多いんだ。
In cases like this, it's possible to get stuck thinking a certain way.
黒い狼たちによる各地の襲撃。
Looking at all the various attacks by the Black Wolves,
そこに納得のいく目的を見出せる別の枠組みを考えるべきだろう。
if we want to find a motive that makes sense, we'll have to take a look at things from a different perspective.
別の枠組みですか。
How so?
難しく考えることはないよ。
It's actually pretty
お
simple.
よそ犯罪事件と呼べるものは犯人、目的、手段、結果があるものだけど、
Generally, crimes consist of four aspects: culprit, motive, means, and result.
そのうちのいくつかがずれていると考えたらどうだろう。
And I think it's possible we might have some things in the wrong places.
Huh?
ちょっと待って。簡単にまとめてみるから。
Wait a second. I'll write these out for us to see.
So, we've got culprit Black Wolves, motive unknown, means Wolves abilities, and result property damage injuries. This is where I need to get myself a pad and paper. One moment. Yes, that's why you're not seeing cut and edit here, people, because it's only going to take me 2 seconds. So we have the culprit as Black Wolves. Doing this in real time and not cheating. Motive. Unknown, or maybe it's to do with the septium or controlling or getting data. I suspected the CGF a while ago. Means Wolves abilities and then result. Damage / injury. Okay, let's keep going.
そんなところだろうな。
Yeah, that's the gist of it.
それでこいつがどうずれてるんだ？
When you're saying these things ain't in the right
な
spots.
あ、こうしてみたらどうだ。
Well, how about this? Right, so which one corresponds to the culprit? I reckon that is unknown because we've had people say they were attacked by the monsters, the wolves. but we've not actually had any witnesses to say it. As for the motive would be to get understanding of the wolves' abilities, because you may want to harvest them as a skill set. The means of getting the data would be the damage and injury those abilities cause, and then the result is being able to harvest and control the wolves.
いや、これだと辻褄が合わない。
No, this doesn't
もう
work.
一度選び直してみよ
Let's give this another try. Right, so we know it's not that one. So that order is out. So we'll try unknown again. Let's try the wolves. We'll go with the wolves and then the property damage.
多分これだな。
I think this is right. So I slightly went the wrong way round. That's it.
仮にこうした場合、
If we go by this now,
犯人は別にいて、黒い狼たちが手段で、彼らの身体能力が目的になる。
rather than the wolves being the culprits, they were the means, and using the wolves' abilities was the motive.
おいおい、完全に見方が変わったな。
Whoa, Lloyd, you completely flipped the case on its
って
head.
ことは、狼どもの背後に人間がいる可能性があるわけか。
So you're thinking that people are behind the attacks after all?
魔獣を操ることができるなら、そう考えるのがむしろ自然だろう。
If they're able to control the wolves, it's natural to think so.
問題は複数の狼型魔獣を連れてコントロールする方法だけど、
Our only problem is not knowing how exactly they're able to do that.
このうちコントロールする方法はある人物の証言から推測できると思う。
Luckily, we have a particular statement that can help us guess their method. And the answer was the whistle, courtesy of Arios' daughter.
ある人物の証言。
Someone we talked to?
なるほど。あれだな。
Oh, I think I know.
さすがにランディは気づくか。
You paid some of it too, Randy.
その証言者は
You see, that statement came from...
雫マクレイン。
Shizuku McLean.
あの遊撃士アリオスの娘さんの証言だよ。
The divine blame winds of Dora will be the key to cracking this case open.
雫さんの証言。
Shizuku's statement.
その気になったのでそこの窓を開けて耳を澄ませたんですけど
Well, I was curious what was happening, so I opened the window and listened very carefully.
それ以上悲鳴は聞こえなくて
I didn't hear any more screams,
はって息遣いみたいな音が聞こえて
but I did hear something that sounded like heavy
し
breathing.
ばらくしたらタンタンって何か跳ねるような音が聞こえて
And after a few minutes, I suddenly heard a thumping sound, almost like someone was jumping.
それと
There was one other thing.
さっき話した音が聞こえてる最中なんですけど
There was one more sound I thought I heard, as all those other sounds are happening.
何かキーンってかすれた音が聞こえたような気がしたんです
It was kind of like a faint whistling coming from somewhere in the distance.
もしかしてその音で魔獣を操っていたの？
Hold on. Was that whistling how they controlled the wolves?
I mean, I'll pick up the phone. Well, I called that absolutely ages ago.
ああ、その可能性が高いだろう。
Yeah, I think it's likely.
狼や犬のような獣は人には聞こえない周波数の音を聞き取ることができるそうです。
Wolves are quite similar to dogs. Their ears can pick up frequencies that the average human ear
そ
cannot.
れを利用した特殊な笛が昔からあるらしいですが、
Special whistles have been made to exploit that for a while now.
Go and watch Queen 3210's playthrough of Resident Evil Remake for a great example of how you can use that whistle. She totally enjoyed that encounter. YouTube.com/@Queen3210 for more.
いわゆる犬笛だな。
So our culprits are using a dog whistle then.
今でも軍用犬なんかを犬笛で操る技術は残っているぜ。
There are people out there that use dog whistles to control military warhounds.
まともな正規軍よりは傭兵どもがよく使うんだが。
The armies don't usually bother with them. It's mainly just Jaegers.
そうなのか。
I
な
see.
るほど、かなり輪郭が見えてきたかも。
Interesting. I think I'm starting to see the dots connect.
そうなると魔獣を連れて移動する手段が必要になるわね。
If this was their means, they need a way to move the walls between the different attack sites.
もしかして
Wait, did they?
ああ、さっき見かけた黒い運搬車。
That's right. Remember the van we saw earlier?
断定はできないけど、あれなんかまさにうってつけじゃないか。
I can't say it was the same one necessarily, but it certainly looked like a perfect fit for the job.
つながりましたね。
It seems we finally connected the dots.
目的はセプチウムの取引の独占。
Their motive must have been to monopolize the septium industry.
むしろそれはおまけね。
No, maybe that was just a bonus.
ああ、多分ね。
That's what I'm thinking.
マフィアが今力を入れているのは対抗組織であるヘイウェイを圧倒できる戦力を手に入れること。
Ravash is going all out in their efforts to shore up their power and resources in order to crush their rival group, Heiyu.
そのための戦力として狼たちを使うつもりだとすれば。
They may have been planning to use these trained wolves as one of the weapons in their
暴
fight.
れるしかできない魔獣は戦力としては全く使えない。
So this was the perfect chance for them to test out their new attack dogs.
十分コントロールできるかを実際にテストする必要がある。
If they didn't follow orders, they'd be useless when it came to a real throwdown.
それが各地で起きていた被害の真相だったってわけ。
That's the truth behind all these different attacks, ain't it?
ああ、間違いない。
Yeah, I have no
そ
doubt.
もそも警備隊が引き上げた直後にマフィアの手下が訪れたこと自体不自然極まりないだろう。
Isn't it strange in the first place that the Mafia showed up, offering mains their protection, right after the CGF withdrew?
引き上げを命じた警備隊司令は有力議員とつながっているらしいし。
The order to withdraw came straight from the CGF commander, and he said to attach to a member of the Diet.
多分その議員を通じて根回しが行われたんじゃないか。
Given that Ravash has so much of the Diet in their pockets, it's not hard to think they collaborated on this entire thing. So when I suspected the CGF, I was right to. Although ultimately they are just another pawn on the chessboard for this Mafia group. So I can kind of half call that one. I'll say that I'll reach to pick it up when the ring stopped.
多分そうでしょうね。
Yes, that could very well be.
腐っているとは思ってたけど、そこまでだったなんて。
I knew there was corruption in the diet, but to think they'd actually go this far.
Corruption in the Diet involving gangsters. Atlas, how much of Falcom's homework have you copied? If you know, you know. Be honest, Atlas. Be honest.
それで彼らはこれ以上続けると思う？
How much further did they plan to take this, I wonder?
魔獣の実践テストという意味ではもう十分なんだろう。
Considering they've already conducted their combat tests, you'd think that'd be enough.
警備隊を引き上げさせたということはこれ以上騒ぎを起こす気がないという裏返しでもある気がする。
However, the fact that they showed up here after the CGF left strongly implies they're still planning something.
ただどうやら今回動いている連中は余計な色気を出しているみたいだ。
But their actions this time seem needlessly ambitious. They've gotten greedy and have started to overreach.
セプチウムの独占取引ですね。
You're talking about the exclusive trade deal for Maine's Septium.
すると最後にもう一度だけ動くと。
If that is their goal, they will very likely orchestrate at least one more attack, correct?
連中の態度を見る限りその可能性は高そうだよな。
Judging by our past encounters with Ravash, I'd say you're spot on there, Tiatat.
襲撃があるとすればいつ？
If there is going to be another attack, when do you think it will happen?
そうだな。
Let's see.
明日になれば町長がギルドに相談する可能性もある。
We know that Mayor Bixon is probably going to contact the Bracer Guild
最
tomorrow.
後の脅しをかけるとしたら多分今夜以外にはありえない。
If they really plan on following through on their threat, tonight is their only option.
よし、やるか。
Well, that settles it.
黒い狼たちの撃退とマフィアたちの拘束ですね。
You got to drive off the wolves and arrest the Ravash members controlling them then.
さすがに見過ごせないわ。
We must. There's no overlooking something this big.
警備隊には連絡した方がいいのかしら。
Should we contact the CGF for support?
いや、警備隊が動けば議員を通じてマフィアに感づかれる恐れがある。
No. If the CGF takes part in this, I bet the Mafia will get to go home scot-free, given their ties to the Dive member.
俺たちだけで何とかしてみよ
We have to do this alone.
分かった。魔
Understood.
獣が現れるとしたら、多分深夜になってからよね。
If they appear, it will most likely be in the middle of the night, right?
はい。今までの事件もすべて深夜に起こっていました。
All the other incidents have occurred late into the night, so that would be a safe
ま
assumption.
だ時間がありますが、一通り準備を整えますか。
We still have some time left before dark. Shall we make our
う。
preparations?
そうだな。足りないものがあったら補充くらいはしておこう。
If we're running short on supplies, should take care of that first.
準備が済み次第この部屋で真夜中まで待機だ。
Once we're done preparing, let's wait here on standby until midnight. So, now that we've all supplied up, let's get ourselves into the briefing. Here we go.
それじゃあ一旦ここで真夜中まで待機しよう。
Alright, if we're ready, let's stand by here until
魔
midnight.
獣が現れた時の段取りと配置も決めないとな。
We still need to decide our strategy for when the monsters show
た
up.
だ魔獣を撃退するだけではダメということですね。
So you think simply driving them away from the town will not be enough?
魔獣を操っているマフィアたちの方も抑えないと。
Right. We'll also have to call in the mafia goons who are pulling the strings.
なかなか難易度の高いミッションになりそうだぜ。
Huh. This wish is starting to sound a bit trickier than we thought tonight, huh? I like that backdrop from the night here, and oh, hello. Who's that random guy by the fence then? You see him at the top, walking in place. And a couple of miners.
ちょいと飲みすぎちまったか。
They had a little too much to drink.
しかし遅くなっちゃったな。
Ah, damn, it's already gotten this late.
社長に早めに帰るよう言われたばかりだの
Man, I
に。
told everyone to head back early, you know.
あ？例の魔獣の話かよ。
You're worried about a few little monsters?
こっちとらカジノを我慢して毎日穴掘りばかりやってんだぜ。
I put a giant visit in the casino to keep slaving away those damn mines, man.
せめて酒くらい好きなように飲ませろってんだ。
Come each other slack and let me have a couple of drinks, damn it.
いつも週末には街に出てカジノに入り浸ってるくせに。
Man, you go to that casino and bleed yourself dry every weekend.
あれで全部吸ってくるんだから店にはいいお得意様だよな。
You must be that pride's dairy cow, huh? You know about giving how much mirror they milk out of you?
うるせえ。店に貯金してるだけだっつーの。
Just shut up. I'm saving my money for my next trip.
見てろよ。次はルーレットで大当たりを出して今までの分を取り戻してやるからね。
Just you watch. I'll secure big and roulette next time. And I'm winning everything back.
あ？
Huh?
あれ？今の。
Did you hear that?
なんだ？
Huh? The hell?
まさか例の狼？
No way! Is it those wolves?
夜な！
Please, get away from me!
助けてエイドさん！
Help us,
あん
Idios!
たらできれば目を塞いでな。
Yeah, you two might want to cover your eyes.
ほらよ。
なんだ
What the?
今のは
What was that?
スタングレネードさ。
A
訓
flashbang.
練された犬っころにも少しは効くんじゃねえか。
These babies are pretty useful against mutts like these.
あんたら
Yeah. You guys?
昼間の
We saw you earlier today.
話は後で宿に避難してください。
Save the talk for later. Go take shelter in the inn.
あ
Yeah. What's going on?
意表はつけたがかなり手強そうだぜ。
Damn, they recovered real quick. This is gonna be a real pain in the
よ
ass.
しこのまま撃退するぞ。
All right, everyone, let's take him out. And we start with a kind of cornered situation here. Interesting. Okay.
やっはっ
Ooh, they're quite tanky by the sounds of it, which is kind of irritating. Not much we can really do right now. Just try and cause some damage.
さてとエニグマ駆動私の番です
Let's find out their weakness and weaken them.
情報を入手しました
Ah, right. So they resist. They got no elemental weaknesses. They've got more than 2,000 health, so at least we now know that. But they resist a lot of status effects, which is really annoying. Apart from apart from ones that do debuffs. So that's going to be a real pain in the backside.
任せてくれ。さあ行くぞ。
Let's go with Tiger Charge then.
タイガーチャージ。
Yeah, so the status effect does nothing, sadly. Oh, magic hurt it. They might not have weaknesses as such, but it does have a lot of
エニグマ駆動
damage that it causes to them, which is pretty good. Having said that, their defense is down. Wow, they really don't like Lloyd. Oh, we've managed to blind it, so that they are weak to blindness. That's useful.
せいはっ
や
任せろ。
One down. That's helpful.
はい聖なる女神の奇跡光となりて天より来たれ
Now we got the chance
オーラレイ
to do a free heal.
ありがとう
助かりましたはい
And do Ice Hammer again, so it's a pretty good one.
行くぞ。
Yeah, faint's not what we're after.
エニグマ駆動。それ。
Yeah, that'll help. Weakening their ability to come after us.
行くぜ。
And hopefully, that's now got that dog. And it has. Excellent. So we're able to hit. And that's
俺の
irritating.
番だな。
It having access to that. That's annoying.
行きます。エニグマ駆動。それ。ありがとう。
行くぜ。
I was just trying to cause blind them. That was my main plan, but it obviously didn't quite work. See if we can snack it. Worst case scenario is we can restart it. Yeah, that's what it's done. It's restarted the drop down, so that's useful. I was hoping that I'd finish him off, but not this time it was saying. Nice. No, so for now we're gonna be okay. So let's just try blinding it again. Now it's gonna work. Feint's not gonna kill it. Yes, the attack delay makes these more annoying than anything. It's okay. It's the thing we've seen before. Why is it defaulted to that move? Nice. We have access to his ass-craft now if we need it. But for now, we've got a chance to cause some serious damage. I think it resists confusion. There's not much point in using it. Not got much luck with the blind after that first one, which is disappointing. But for now, we can just keep up the pressure. Go on, Top. Hey, she did as well. 7 rush, whatever that does, I don't know. But not the best experience after all that. It was a real pain. We got quite a lot of Sepith at least, so that's good. We got Sepith, always fine. We also got some beast flesh and the reviving balm too. Phew. They were definitely a handful.
Now let's take a closer look. They look like dogs, not wolves. So these were trained warhounds after all.
Well, we scared them off, apparently. But look at them. They're at the back of the screen. They've not gone away, people. You can see them right above me. Right there. They haven't disappeared. They've remained in play.
Ah!
Dang, still kicking, huh? It's fine. Just follow them. We'll probably lead us back to where our masters are.
Right!
We've not healed up. This is not a good idea. Good heroic theme we've got playing here, though. As the dogs embrace my strategy of run away! Let's run away!
Nanda?
What
おい
the?
なんでこんな早く戻ってくるんだ
Why you mutts back here so soon?
町の人間を襲うように指示を出していたんだが
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we already did tear those town people to shreds.
どうしたお前ら早すぎるんじゃないのか
What's the matter with you?
そこまでだ
Freeze!
なんだ
What?
お前たちは
Who the
ハウ
hell?
スベル警察特務支援課のものだ
Crossbell Police Department, Special Support
ルバ
Section.
ーチ商会の方々ですね。
You're with Ravashenko, aren't
器
you?
物損壊および傷害の容疑であなた方を拘束させてもらいます。
You're under arrest on the charges of property damage and assault.
警察
The cops?
でこんな町に
What the hell are they doing here?
特務支援課ファビオたちが下手打ったあの
The Special Support Section, eh? You're the guys who took down Fabio and his men, aren't you?
市街での仕込みを邪魔したとかいうガキどもか
These are the runs that messed up our plans in the downtown district?
どうやら名前を覚えられちまったみたいだな
They remembered us. I'm
こ
flattered.
こは光栄に思っておけばいいんでしょうか。
Are we supposed to feel honored?
ない
We all know like it
警
matters.
察の跳ねっ返りなんぞここで痛めつければ済むことだ
We gotta teach these junior detectives a lesson.
前に仲間が世話になったよう
He had take real good care of our friends in the downtown district.
だなうちの犬どもを可愛がってくれたよ
Not only that, but you went out of your way to play with our
ちょ
dogs.
うどいいここで礼をさせてもらうぜ
After such generosity, it's only natural for us to return the
抵
favor.
抗するのか
So you're resisting arrest.
それはこっちのセリフだぜ
Obviously, you moron.
Get ready
Get ready to see the bottom of Lake Elm. Shit.
薬で回復させやが
Crap,
っ
they brought meds. That's why you shouldn't talk. When you gotta attack, attack. Don't talk.
たこれでもプロなんで
You seriously think pros like ourselves would come prepared?
Go and attack
Sick 'em.
こ
Attack.
いつらの喉を食い
Yeah, rip out their throats. Here they
こ
come.
ちらも手加減無用だ
Don't hold back. Right, okay.
俺の番だな
よっしゃ
For now,
俺の番だなこいつはどうだいはあクリムゾンゲイル
はいガンナーモード起動します。オーバルドライバー出力最大エーテル
in fact, there's no actual resource return. It's quite unbalanced. So that's why you gotta try and go all out where you can. Luckily, we have some useful, like the going in immediately with Crimson Gale to paralyze one of them was a big help. That'll be a massive, massive clutch. We needed that. That's helpful. By moving in closer, it's going to make it so we do quite a lot of speed down for him, which is really going to be useful. Oh, he's just expired by himself. Burn did the damage. Basically, acted like poison.
俺の番だな
聖なる女神の奇跡
Take advantage by healing.
光となりて天より来たれオーラレイン
That gives it. People might think you could argue that's been used a bit early, but for me, it made the difference. Right, we got a critical.
えいっと
Oh no, you don't.
よし
I'm not having that.
さあ
I am not having that. Critical attack. Miss. Very convenient. Suck on this, you prick. Yeah, off my battlefield, you cheating twat. Get off my battlefield. If we can get rid of one or two of these quickly, that's now made things much more manageable. I just had decent DPS, which is not common, but I'll take it. That's not a way to do. Let's take it down again. And I'm hoping that I've got enough in Lloyd to be able to use... Go for a buff. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the team rush move because of the artcraft, but at the same time, it stopped them from getting access to it, so it could be worse. You're low on EP, but it's fine, it's okay. One on its own is less of a threat now. Puncture. And with your strength boost, thank you very much. Slightly better experience, but more importantly, we managed to fend them off. Considering we didn't have any actual resource refresh, that actually went a lot better than it should have. I'm quite happy with that. That was tough. I cannot believe they are able to control those warhounds in such a manner. They ain't some two-bit mobsters, that's for sure. Is this for real? How the hell we get taken out by a bunch of kids? There's no use resisting any further. We'll be handing you over to CGF first thing in the morning. But for tonight, we're gonna chuck you boys in the warehouse. And we'll be keeping watch the whole time. See what happens if you try and pull anything. Stop! You ain't getting away. Don't get the wrong idea. Sure, you may have caught us off guard, but we still have a trick up our sleeves. More dogs, yeah. There were more! Sure. Oh no! They're like dogs, and playing with 10 of them at once is going a bit overboard. How does it feel that the tables turn? We're gonna pay you back double for making us look like chumps. And I enjoy taking my sweet time torturing you brats. This doesn't look good, Lloyd.
This is a predicament.
こうなったら
Damn. Guess I gotta bust it out.
Heh.
エイドスへの祈りの時間は終
You
わったか
punch say your prayers yet?
それじゃ楽しい処刑タイムの始まりと
Let's get this party started. Huh?
なんだ
What's going on? Yep. The actual real wolves. The ones who weren't responsible. And then there'll be the ancient wolf. Yep. Put them all to sleep with the howling.
あれは
It's
時の白い狼
the white wolf.
仲間を連れて健在
Nice. He even brought backup.
お前ら何を怯え
What,
てや
what,
る
what are you much scared for?
数じゃこちらも負けてねえだろうが
It's only outnumbered, so quit
尻
cowering.
尾を丸めてんじゃねえ
Put those tails out from between your legs.
本物と偽物の格の差ってやつだろうね。
This is the real deal. Difference in the real deal in your face.
確かに犬が狼に勝てるはずがね
Huh. There's no way a dog would be able to go toe to toe with a wolf.
なんか名誉を傷つけられて怒っているみたいですし
They seem to be angry at the mafiosos for having smeared their good name.
落とし前をつけに来たといったところかしら
Have they come for retribution then?
今度こそ終わりだ。
Give it up. It's over.
器物損壊と傷害容疑および公務執行妨害で
You're under arrest on the charge of property damage and assault, as well as resisting arrest. Yes, reminds me a lot of Lucade from Wild Arms. The Wild Arms series, the White Wolf in this game. And look who was watching the whole time.
やっぱり気づかない
So I've been caught, have I?
あの狼さん何者かしらただ者じゃないのね
My, that wolf has some impressive senses. It's clear he's not some regular old animal.
でもおじさんたちは冷たい
And those four, they really didn't think this through, did
お
they?
じさんたちが助けてくれなかったらどうするつもりだったのかしら
Aw, I would have probably gotten to hear their blood-curdling screams right about now, had the wolves not saved them.
先が思いやられるわね
They've got quite a difficult road ahead of them.
まこれからだろ
But it will only make them stronger.
Oh my.
あなたも来ていたのね
Are you here to enjoy the show as well?
差し詰め彼らの手に余ったら手助けするつもりだ
What's Arios doing here?
Were you waiting to make your heroic entrance once they realized they were in over their heads?
風の牽制ハリオス・マクレイン
Am I right, Arios McLean? Or would you prefer the divine blade of
君
wind?
こそな
I could say the same to you.
列車ウロボロスの執行者ナンバー
Enforcer number 15 of Ouroboros.
15殲滅天使レン
The Angel of Slaughter. Run.
自己紹介するまでもなかったか
Ooh, you've heard of me. I suppose I'd have to introduce myself then.
さすが S 級への昇格要請を辞退しているだけがあるみたいね
You're everything I could expect from a bracer who was offered promotion to S rank, even if you declined it.
正直過ぎたランクだからな
It's honestly much more than I
カ
deserve.
シウス・ブライトの代わりを期待されても荷が重いだけだ
And the expectations to become Cassius Breach's successor were too much for me to bear.
どうかしら
Really now.
カシウス・ブライトと一度会ったことがあるけど、
I've only had the pleasure of meeting Cassius Bright once,
剣の腕だったら彼をしのいでいるんじゃないかしら。
but I'm almost positive your swordsmanship surpasses his.
そうね。レンが知っている一番強い人に
You might even be on par with the strongest person I've ever known.
それは光栄と言うべきか。
Should I take that as a compliment?
この数ヶ月君がクロスベル自治州に滞在していることは掴んでいる。
I've found out that you've been staying here in Crossball this past few months.
最初はお茶会とやらを開くつもりかと思ったんだが、
I was convinced you were planning one of your tea parties at first.
分かっていないわね。
Don't be so quick to jump to conclusions.
お茶会を開かなくてもクロスベルは十分刺激的でしょ。
Crossbell is plenty stimulating, regardless of whether I hold a tea party or
そ
not.
の上余計な催し物をするのは不粋というものだわ。
It would be uncouth of me to start my own entertainment, in addition to everything else.
それを聞いて安心した。
That's reassuring to her, at least.
どうやら個人的な事情で滞在しているだけのようだが、
I suppose you've come to Crossball for personal reasons
い
then.
つまで彼らから逃げるつもりだ。
But answer me this. How much longer will you continue to run away from them?
君たちの因縁にとやかく口を出すつもりはない。
Well, it's not my place to interfere with your
彼
fate.
らがクロスベルに来てくれたことは個人的には大助かりだからな。
I cannot deny that having them at the Crossball branch has been helpful.
だが目の前にある答えからいつまでも逃げられはしないぞ。
However, you cannot continue to run from the answer that lies before you.
放っておいて。
Leave me alone.
レンがここにいるのはエステルたちのことだけじゃないわ。
I have plenty of reasons other than Estelle and Joshua to be in
屋根
Crossbell.
の修理もあるし、確かめなくちゃいけないこともあるから。
I'm having some repairs done, and there's something I need to find out.
確かめなくてはならないこ
Oh, and what exactly would that be?
あなたには関係ないことよ。
Wouldn't you like to
お
know?
となしくするって約束するから、レンのことは放っておいてちょうだい。
I promise to be a good little girl, so leave me
も
be.
ちろんエステルたちにも余計なことは喋らないでね。
And on that note, I presume you won't be sharing any details with those two,
と。
correct?
承知した。
Indeed, you have nothing to worry about.
君がこの地にあだなさぬ限り余計な干渉はしないことを誓おう。
As long as you leave this land be, I promise to not interfere in your personal matters.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
じゃあレンはもう行くわね。
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be taking my
ごきげん
leave.
よう、風の金星さん。
Have a wonderful evening, Mr. Divine Blade.
And then she has a little curtsy of,
Later, Corpsey.
迷子の子
a lost kitten.
猫。このままでは彼女も彼ら
The
も
way things are going, the three of them will continue to wander aimlessly.
何かいいきっかけをもたらす第三者でもいれば。
If only there were a third party to create an opportunity for them. Let me guess, that's our next mission.
まさかな。
But what are the odds of that? Nice. It was a challenging couple of fights back to back, but it was good to see a bit more development. And of course, there's the CGF, who will be very happy that we cracked the case for him. Like, get in the van.
皆さんすごいです。
Amazing work,
ま
everyone!
さか事件の真相を見抜いてそのまま解決するなんて。
I never would have guessed that you just single-handedly solved the entire case.
正直驚かされたわ。
Honestly, I'm quite impressed.
できれば大立ち回りをする前に私たちを呼んでほしかった。
Next time, though, give us a call before you start a fight right outside of
そ
town.
のすみません。
Yeah, sorry about
警
that.
備隊の司令殿からマフィアに情報が流れる可能性をつい考えてしまいまして。
I'm hesitant to admit it, But I was worried that if we'd contacted the CGF, the Mafia would have gotten word of our plan for your commander.
それを言われると辛いけどね。
It pains me to hear you say that, but I suppose I can't fault you for it.
でもあなたたち、その白い狼たちに助けられなかったらどうしたの？
However, what would you have done if those white wolves hadn't saved you?
それは
Well, you see,
正直危なかったっすね。
honestly, we would have been screwed.
そういう時はセルゲイに相談して私に直接話が行くようにするとかいろいろとやり方があるでしょ。
In a situation like that, you could have spoken with Sergei. He would have been able to contact me directly.
確かにクロスベルの現状にはいろいろと難しい問題があるけれど
Crossbell faces a myriad of trials and tribulations. That's an undeniable
そ
fact.
れでも自分たちだけで何でも解決しようとするのはただの思い上がりに過ぎないわ。
But trying to solve them all on your own is nothing more than arrogance. Plain and simple.
はい
You're right.
返す言葉もありません。
I can't argue against that.
まあお小言はここまでにしましょう。
Well, I think that's enough scolding for one day.
本当によく無事でいてくれたわ。
I'm glad that you are all safe.
それと私たちの代わりに事件を解決してくれて感謝します。
As the Deputy Commander of the Crossbell Guardian Force, I thank you for your assistance in this case.
福祉令
Of course, Deputy Commander.
改めて言われるとむずがゆいっすね。
Would you look at this? I never thought I'd see the day when you thanked me for something.
ところで福祉令
By the way, Deputy Commander,
ロイドさんたちを助けたという白い狼たちの方はどうしましょう。
what do we plan to do with the white wolves that saved the squad?
そうね完全に濡れ衣だったみたいだし
I suppose our initial suspicions were completely unsubstantiated.
様子見してもいいと思うけど
It should be fine to leave them be,
大
but
丈夫かと思います。
I would not let it worry you, Deputy
不
Commander.
要なトラブルを起こすほど愚かではなさそうでしたから。
They do not seem the type to cause any unnecessary trouble for those around them.
そうみたいね。
Yes, it does seem that way.
しかしそういう意味では愚かなのは人間の方だったわね。
I suppose we humans were the foolish ones in this string of
ま
incidents.
さか軍用犬の実践テストをするために各地で騒ぎを起こしていたなんて。
To think that the Mafia caused all uproar across the state in order to test their
い
warhounds.
くら後ろ盾があるからといって舐めたことをしてくれたものだわ。
And just because some politician is on their side, they thought they could get away with it.
はい。
It seems
で
so,
もこれだけの騒ぎを起こしたわけですし
but considering the extent of the damage,
さすがに今回ばかりは言い逃れはできないですよね
surely there's no way to getting out of this, right?
ね
No.
やはり保釈されてしまう可能性が。
You mean there's a chance they'll be bailed out?
高いわね。
Yes,
今
unfortunately.
までにも国境付近でのマフィアの密輸を摘発したことがあったんですが
Up until now, we've managed to expose the mafia's smuggling operation near the border. But that comes at a cost.
その都度圧力がかけられて保釈されてしまっているんです。
Each time we catch them, we suddenly get pressure from our higher-ups to let them go. Then tell the higher-ups to fuck off. I don't care if you're my superior, they broke the law, they're going to jail. And if you're going to help them, you will join them. I'm following the letter of the law. And that means you too.
それどころか適当な名目で密輸品も返還することになって
What's more, the smuggled goods are usually brought back to them under the flimsiest of pretenses. But
グダグダですね。
an annoyingly endless cycle.
そういやベルガード門でも同じようなことがあったな。
Come to think of it, Belgard Gate was facing a similar problem.
でも腐ってばかりもいられないわ。
Still, you have to remember that not everyone gives in to
この
corruption.
状況でみんなが諦めたらクロスベルは本当にダメになる。
If every good man and woman were to lose hope now, Crossbow would be in
そ
peril.
う考えて自分にできることをしている人たちは少なくないはずよ。
So don't forget that there are people still out there fighting for what's right as hard as they possibly
あな
can.
たたちみたいにね。
People like yourselves.
はい。そうでありたいと思っています。
Yes, ma'am. We'll make sure to never forget that.
これからもあなたたちの働きに期待させてもらうわね。
Good. I'm looking forward to seeing what all of you can do.
さあ、クロスベル市までうちの車両で送っていくわ。
Follow me. I can drive you back to Crossbell City.
ノエル、出発の準備を。
Seeker, prepare to head out.
イエスマム
Yes, ma'am. So we're back in Crossbell. So
さすがに眠いわね
sleepy.
なんやかんやでほぼ貫徹に近いからな。
I'll say, we practically pulled an all-nighter.
もう限界です
I have reached my limit.
とにかく帰ったらみんな一眠りしよう。
Once we get back to HQ, we'll be able to take a good long
課
rest.
長への報告はそれからだ。
The chief's report can wait until after
そ
that.
うね
The nap sounds lovely right about now. Oh,
Ah, that's Sergey.
ようお疲れさん
Hey, good job. Well done.
課長、どう
Chief,
したんですか？
is something wrong?
まさか俺たちをわざわざ出迎えてくれたのかよ。
Don't tell me you went out of your way to welcome us back. Oh, you're gonna make me blush.
そんな気色悪いことするか
Yeah.
よ
As if I'd do anything as sappy as that.
ただまあ事件の顛末はソーニャからの通信で聞いたぜ
Sonya just gave me a call and filled me in on what
ち
happened.
ょいと運任せだったようだがそれなりに頑張ったんじゃねえか
Sounds to me like Lady Luck played a major part in your success.
は
Yeah, you could say that.
あ、爪は甘かったか。
He's right. We were in some real trouble there at the
それ
end.
で課長はここで一体何を
if you weren't waiting for us, what were you doing out here, Chief?
朝食後の一服にしては変なところにいますね
It is quite the unusual location for your post-breakfast smoke.
いや無理ねえだろ
Well, I couldn't do it in
あ
there.
んなのがいきなり訪ねてきたらさすがに落ち着いて一服できねえよ
No way I was gonna be able to enjoy my cig after he showed up and sat his ass down inside.
あんなの？
He showed up. Who are you talking about?
誰か訪ねてきてるんすか？
Well, don't leave us hanging.
知らねえがお前らの客じゃねえのか
Hell if I know. Something just tells me this here for you.
妙に慣れ慣れしいというか
He's probably
ふてぶてしい態
friendly,
度だったけどよ
but he clearly doesn't give a crap about barging in out of nowhere. Barging in out of nowhere. If this is Olivier,
とにかく
well,
中にいるんですよね。
okay then. So he's waiting for us inside.
入ってみましょうか
Time to see who our mystery guest is.
The only character I can think of who barges in without a crap is Olivier. Oh no, it's the dog. Oh, it's the ancient hound.
な
What? What?
Oh my,
The hell?
どうして
my.
やっぱりお前らの知り合いか
A friend of yours, I
い
hope.
やいきなり入ってくるから思わず銃を抜いちまったが
He suddenly just showed up. When I saw him, I was so surprised I nearly reached my
気
gun.
にした様子もなくそこに寝そべりやがるからどうにも手を出しづらくてな
But man, this lazy butt just sprawled out on the ground there, so I left him to his business.
あなたどうしたの
Did something
なんで
happen?
こんな場所に
What are you doing here? Oh,
ティオ、彼はなんて言ってるんだ？
Tio, what's he saying?
let me
自
see.
分の名前はサイト
I am known as
我
Zayd.
々への濡れ衣を晴らしたことご苦労だった
I appreciate you dispelling the false accusations against me and my brethren.
そうです
Or something along those
サイ
lines.
ト。
So his name is Zayd.
お礼を言いに来たの
He came to thank us.
それはともかく やっぱり偉そうなやつだな。
Maybe so, but this guy still sounds like a pompous ass.
Really?
どうしたんだ？
What is it, Tio?
その
How do I put this?
だがお前たちは若くどうにも頼りない。
Make no mistake, you four are still young and
仕方
unreliable.
ないからしばらく自分が力を貸してやろう。
I shall lend you my assistance every now and then, out of pure
気
necessity,
が向いた時に助けてやる。
but only when the mood strikes me.
So we have basically a dog version of Odin from Final Fantasy. I'm guessing he'll just randomly show up and attack. I've got no problem with that. It's just random. What? What?
おいおいおいおい。
Whoa, 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 back up.
心配はいらない。
There is no need for
群
concern.
れは部下に任せたから安心するがいい。
I left the pack to a subordinate, so they will be well taken care of.
いや、そんなことを心配してるんじゃなくて。
That's not really the issue here.
伝説の神道か。
A legendary divine wolf, eh?
どうにも妙なのに見込まれちまったみてえだな。
Congrats. You guys just won yourselves one hell of an ally.
課長。
とりあ
Chief,
えず上には警察犬で通しておいてやる。
for the time being, I'll pass him off to the higher ups as a police
今
dog.
後どう付き合っていくかはお前らで決めるといいだろう。
But listen, this big guy is your responsibility, not
そ
mine.
んじゃ俺は寝直すからな。
But with that settled, I'm off to bed.
ちょっと課長。
Wait a second, Chief.
めんどくさくなったな。ありゃ。
Just our luck.
大丈夫なのかしら。
Is this really okay?
私は賛成です。頼りになってくれそうですし。
I agree with the chief's decision. He will prove to be an invaluable member of the special support section.
何よりもこのマフマフした白い毛並みは魅力的かと。
Besides, he is quite fluffy, and his white fur is very charming.
それは否定しないけれど。
I suppose I can't deny that.
頼りになる助っ人が増えたと思えばいいのかね。
Well, I guess we'll see how this plays out. Might be useful when we're in a pinch.
そうだな。
Maybe you guys are
とり
right.
あえずこのままじゃまずいからどこかで首輪でも買っておくか。
If we just leave him like that, he'll look like a stray. Maybe we should get him a collar. And with that, we reach the end of the chapter.
大変でしたね。
And we have a main monster explanation was completed.
わわ、大変でしたね。
Yay! And we've also got loads more.
ランクアップしま
Woohoo!
した。
We've been promoted! Yay! We are a detective rank 12. Yes! Oh, we're going up in the world now, people. And we have a spirit badge as our reward for that, which is awesome. And that's also unlocked the achievement, which has said complete the chapter Afternoon of the White Wolves. So that is awesome. I'll chuck that on this slot here. And basically, that is a perfect place to wrap up for today. So, this has been the first part of the pre-record version of Trails from Zero. As I said in the previous video, the streams on Twitch have come to an end for now. Who knows, I may go live some other way in the future, but for now, let's keep enjoying this slow burn sojourn. Thank you all very, very much for watching. And I guess we've now adopted a wolf.